remember that going into the test, I felt really, really nervous, even though the night before, after doing my final review, I felt pretty prepared. For some reason, when I woke up that morning, I guess because it was the actual test day, I was just really scared. And I remember right after the test feeling kind of okay about it. I wasn't super confident about a couple of my answers on some of the sections, but I kind of pushed it out of my mind because I was like, I'll just wait till the results come out and then figure out what I'm going to do from there. The day that it came out, at first I didn't want to look at them because I was just scared it wouldn't be the way I wanted it. So I waited a little while, and then eventually I, decided it's time that I actually look. And I was really surprised and really excited when I realized that I got a perfect score. Also just relieved because it meant that I didn't have to take it again and, start studying again and all of that. And I just remember feeling ecstatic because I was really happy that all of the hard work that I put in before it actually paid off and that I hadn't made any dumb mistakes or anything like that. So I at first used a lot of prep books and things like that. Although they helped a little bit, I found that my score before and after taking those books didn't really change at all. A senior at my school, they had taken Testmasters, and that caused them to get a perfect score on their SAT and ACT, and they strongly recommended it to me. So I kind of took a look at the website and I decided to try it. So I got Testmasters ACT course, and I started it in October and took the ACT in December, and I spent pretty much all of Thanksgiving break really focusing on preparing for the ACT, and I found the course really, really helpful, and that was the main way that I prepared. After that, I didn't really use anything else once I saw all the materials that Testmasters provided me with. Probably the most helpful thing about Testmasters were the strategies that they provided, because they actually improved my score, and I don't think I would have been able to get a 36 if not for specifically the strategies that the reading teacher gave in the first few minutes of the first video. Basically, I had always thought that the way to take a reading test was to read the passage, answer the questions, go through all of them, and then go back through and check my work. And one of the first things they said was, that's not the right strategy. What you should be doing is allotting your time, 12 minutes for every passage, based on the number of questions, and you don't go back through and check your work. You just finish a passage and move on. And at first, when I tried this, it felt really unnatural, and I was really unsure about using this strategy. But because there are so many practice tests in big book that they give you, I kind of kept implementing it, and by the end, I realized that it had started to feel pretty natural and also was really helping me in managing my time and not making silly mistakes, because I was really able to focus on one passage and not have to think about it again after that. And in general, I found all of the videos on the Testmasters course page really helpful, because all the teachers were really personable and kept things interesting while also explaining things clearly. Because one of the problems that I found with using a test book, for example, is that when you take a practice test and you get them wrong, often, even when I would go to the solutions section and read what they suggest as the correct answer, I would be confused or unconvinced and think, well, my answer was just as right, or think it's kind of an ambiguous question. Whereas the actual instructors would go through the question and explain it clearly so I would understand my mistakes, and that prevented me from making the same ones over and over on the same types of questions, and that definitely improved my score a lot. I would highly recommend the Testmasters course, just because you have practice tests and videos and all sorts of different types of resources, so you can definitely find the ones that help you the most and really get to the problem areas. When you're doing the practice test, really focus on the mistakes. If you get 50 out of 55 reading questions right, rather than being like, yay, I got 50, you really have to focus on the 5 questions that you got wrong and watch the videos or read their solutions and make sure that you understand those, because that helps you a lot in the future. I'm really interested in STEM right now, so I think I would want to go somewhere in that direction. I've always loved math, but I'm also really interested in computer science and physics and economics, and now biology recently, and genetics has been really interesting. So I'm not really sure where I want to go, but I think it's somewhere in that direction. But for now, I'm just kind of exploring them all and seeing where that takes me.